Starting off with the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill in brown Chrome Excel leather. I've talked about this boot a couple times already here. It's possibly one of the best, if not the best shoe purchase I've ever made. I've had it since 2016, so that marks about 7 years. Resold once, reheeled twice, and it is just a beautiful boot. I got it on sale a long time ago. I think I paid $250 for it. That was definitely a bargain. I haven't really done much as far as polishing it, scuffing it up, just pretty much wear it. It's pretty low maintenance. What I like about this boot, my favorite thing is how versatile it is. It's both dressy, but you could also wear it with jeans and a t-shirt or jeans and a flannel like I'm wearing right now. But you could also dress it up. I used to say don't wear it with a suit, but I think you could totally rock this with a suit as long as you don't have super slim legs. It is a bit bulky, but it does have a nice silhouette right there. You could definitely dress it up. I've walked 10 miles in this boot before and my feet were absolutely fine. The only thing I don't like about this boot is sometimes my heel hurts a little bit if I'm walking 10 miles, for example. And sometimes if it's a day like today where it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, it can get a little warm. So it's really more of like a cold weather boot, not so much of a warm weather boot, but absolutely awesome purchase. Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill, Chrome Excel brown leather, one of my favorites. So the next boot that I've had this past winter is the Allen Edmonds brown Chrome XL waterproof leather. Now, the reason I bought these boots was because the other boots that I just had, I needed to resole them, but I was dragging my feet on them and I still wanted to wear them, but the sole was getting really thin. I knew that I couldn't wear it that much longer, but it was already cold. I didn't want to wait 4 or 5 weeks for Allen Edmonds to resole it. I went ahead and purchased these just because I had so much great luck with the first pair of Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill. Figured why not. So the nice thing about this boot is it pretty much retains all the good qualities about the regular Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill, but if it's a day where it's actually raining or drizzling or whatever, you can still have that versatility and that nice dress shoe leather or that nice dress boot leather, you know, kind of that in between service boot, work boot, nice boot that's a jack of all trades, but you still have dry socks. You could still go out in bad weather and look nice. Going back, would I buy it again? Probably if it was on sale. It's a bit redundant, but like I said, it keeps things simple. If it's a little bit warmer and it's raining, I'm probably gonna reach for these. These are also a little bit of a darker brown, so they can be dressed up a little bit more. And the nice thing about these is they are not as hot as the other ones, as the pure Chrome XL leather. Allen Edmonds, waterproof, Higgins Mill, Chrome XL brown. And here's another boot that a lot of people may recognize, and there's a lot of controversy, a lot of questions going on about this boot. The EchoTrack 25 Gore-Tex boot. This has been a great boot. This has pretty much replaced my LL Bean boots because this boot, for a rain boot / work boot, it is both more stylish, comfortable, warmer, and more breathable. Not sure how that's possible, that's the Gore-Tex. And this is a boot that I've really been enjoying. A couple things I don't like about this boot. It does look a little bulky here, and this little flap right here does catch my pants. I typically wear these with jeans. If my jeans just fit around here, the boot looks pretty good, but a lot of times it just catches right here. The leather is a little bit weird. A lot of times the water will just collect right here just because we've got this mock toe stitching. It kind of just creates a pool of water. But I clean them up once in a while, condition them once in a while, no problem. Had these boots for well over a year. Nice thing about this boot is it still retains that rugged work boot aesthetic, while it also gives you that waterproofing Gore-Tex membrane inside, which both keeps you warmer on a cold day and also cooler. I've worn these again in 60 or even 70 degrees, and my feet don't overheat. My feet get a bit warm, however, they don't overheat. This boot is also very lightweight, and it is very flexible, super comfortable. These are pretty much like my winter sneakers, and I've been wearing this a lot in this past winter. And I haven't really had any issues with the sole of this boot. The sole is good for, I've ridden bikes in this with flat pedals. This sole is good if you're hiking. I took it camping. This boot is great. A little bit pricey for what it is, but this polyurethane sole does last forever. People have said that they've had this boot for 10 years. EchoTrack 25 Gore-Tex boot, definitely one of my favorites, and as soon as this one wears out, I will be getting another one basically same day, especially in this brown color. And here is a boot that a lot of the guys that are getting into style or been into style for a long time probably recognize. It is the Clarks Desert boot. Great style, wears really well. Crepe outsole, very comfortable, a lot of heel absorption. Wears almost like a comfortable indoor-outdoor slipper. I actually think I might get rid of these boots. I'm not too sure. They're not too worn. I may keep them just for quick jaunts around the neighborhood or, wear them around the house just to, my feet are hurting me. The nice thing is these boots aren't that expensive, although the price has gone up. They're about $150 last time I checked. They are absolutely rugged. I don't think I've polished these or conditioned these once. They do wear in really well. That sole does look really nice. It's just got a nice brown color. Things I don't like about this boot is it's a bit loose fitting. It doesn't really give you any support. It just gives you a whole bunch of cushioning. It's kind of like walking on a soft gym mat that we used to have in high school. And it just feels a bit flimsy. It is pretty high quality for the price for what it is, but it does feel a bit flimsy. Running in these shoes, if you have to run across the street, not recommended at all. And the price is creeping up, so I may just end up resorting to something else if I want to wear something casually with jeans. Clark Desert Boot, in case I didn't say it. All right, and next up is the Allen Edmonds Dalton wingtip dress boot. This pair I have in dark chili. I've had this boot for quite a while. It is really nice. Got that leather sole, very comfortable. The boot's very lightweight. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. Shined it up. I do have a couple of dings on them, but the boot does hide it as well. That calfskin leather does hide it pretty well. I don't wear this boot enough because I tend to not dress up that much anymore. I wear it once in a while if I go into the office for my day job. I wear it with a pair of khakis. It looks great. It's super comfortable with this leather outsole. And I actually sized them a little bit wider, and I even put a shoe stretcher in them to stretch them out a bit. That way I can wear my thick wool socks in the wintertime and still have that dress shoe aesthetic. Boot is super comfortable. That shaft goes really high. There's no speed laces, as you could see right there. That leather outsole, something about the double leather sole, super comfortable, super lightweight, very comfortable. The reason I don't wear these boots that much is because I always have to check the forecast because I don't want to wear a leather sole. I don't want to wear a leather sole when it's raining because it'll shred this leather sole. However, I did pick up a pair of overshoes, galoshes, those rubber things. So if I am going to wear these and I'm not sure of the weather, I could always just throw those in my backpack. It's pretty lightweight. Those are pretty lightweight anyway. But because I've had this boot for 3 or 4 years, I may just start running it regardless of the weather. And then if the sole just gets eaten away, I will just end up resoling it with Daynight. That way I can wear it and enjoy it a lot more. And next up we have the Allen Edmonds Dalton, same boot, but in that walnut color. So I recently started to wear the walnut colored shoes again just because my wardrobe is so muted. I did want to pick a pair of walnut ones just because I think it's nice when I'm wearing a pair of gray pants, a blue shirt, a dark blue sports coat or blazer, and it does give that little extra pop of color, especially wearing these in the wintertime with more of those muted colors. Now, there's something else why I bought this boot, and that would be the Daynight leather sole. I don't have to worry if it's going to be raining, if the ground's wet. This Daynight sole, rubber is waterproof. Rubber soles are great when it's waterproof. So this boot has been great. It is a little bit heavier than the dark chili ones with the leather sole. It isn't quite as comfortable. I've worn the walnut ones with the Daynight sole and the dark chili ones with the regular leather sole, the double leather sole. I've worn them back to back, while the other ones with the leather sole is slightly lighter and slightly more comfortable. It is not enough of a difference for me to sacrifice that peace of mind where if there's all of a sudden a rainstorm out of nowhere, or if I'm walking through a bunch of wet puddles, I'm not going to destroy the bottoms of my shoes. Moving forward, I would get the Daynight sole for a boot like this every single time. The top is not waterproof, but if you get a little bit of rain on it once in a while, as long as you condition it, throw it in shoe trees like I have in there, not going to be a problem for you there. What I don't like about this boot is this particular walnut color that I got. It's a little bit light for my taste, so I'll just have to keep polishing it with the walnut polish. They do get darker over time. But I do really enjoy the leather sole. I do enjoy wearing the walnut color, and I've actually worn these more than the dark chili ones this past winter just because the lighter brown is a more casual option, and it just goes better if you're going out for a night on the town, or it's just easier to wear a boot like this casually with it being that walnut color as opposed to that medium brown, which is more for a suit. So at this point in the video, I'm going to start talking about boots that are no longer working for me. It's probably going to be a surprise or two here. Some of them you probably already know which ones I'm going to talk about. Starting off with the Thursday Captain in dark brown. These boots have been great. Great price point, comfortable, they look good, they're rugged, they're both dressy. I did have some issues with the waterproofing. The water was seeping through the stitches right here. What happened, I think, is as I wore the boot, it actually compressed that stitching or compressed that welt, and now there's no more water leakage in there. These boots I have worn in a rainstorm before and my feet have remained dry. One of my videos I actually wore these in a snowstorm and my feet were totally dry. I had some wool socks on, so these boots great, and I really like that small company, that Thursday. Thursday as a company is awesome. I really have enjoyed these boots. The problem with these boots is, remember that video I filmed and put up about a month or two ago where I was going around Manhattan? I walked 4 miles that day, and because this boot has no heel cushioning back here, my heels were absolutely killing me at the end of that trip, and they were killing me for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So these boots are responsible for my heel pain that I'm still dealing with here 2 or 3 months later. So unfortunately, these boots are no longer working for me. I've worn them for a mile walk, just here and there around town, just to make sure it wasn't an anomaly. My heels didn't hurt after a mile, but I did notice that anytime I did that, the next day my heels were a bit sore. So I've got to look out for my feet. I don't want to sacrifice my health just for style or fashion. So unfortunately, these particular boots are going to be going in the donation bin. It's been a great run with them. I have enjoyed it. However, I have plenty of other boots. I'm looking to get rid of a couple of things anyway because I live here in a small apartment. So these boots, Thursdays, no longer working for me. I did look on their website. They do have a nicer version that actually has a lug sole, and they have the color I think is whiskey. I may try that to see if it works out for me, but again, it's that lack of heel cushioning which did my heels in, and that has not happened with the other boots. For that particular reason, it's been a great run with these Thursday Captains. I will be saying goodbye and putting them in the donation bin. And another boot that I've talked about and I've really enjoyed at first, but they're no longer working for me, would be the Red Wing Iron Ranger 8111 in amber harness. These boots are great. I really do enjoy the color of them. The style is just amazing. Those silver eyelets and speed laces, great. The boot has broken in. It's nice and soft on top. What's done me in with these boots is there is just no cushioning at all. I thought I could deal with it, but there is nothing there. For me, wearing these after a couple of hours, my feet just end up killing me. They're heavy, they're not warm, there's no insulation. But between them not being waterproof, not being very warm, being heavy, not being very comfortable, no support, no cushioning, these boots no longer working for me. If they work for you, that's great. But especially for the price point, $330, I believe now they're selling for $350. Not working for me. I'd rather save my money for a more comfortable boot, such as the EchoTrack Gore-Tex 25 boot. Another boot I don't currently have right now would be my LL Bean Duck boots. Those are that dark brown. That was actually the second YouTube video I ever made on this channel, way back in probably 2017, 2016, I don't even remember. Those boots, they were great. They were waterproof. I wore them in the snow, I wore them in the rain. My problem with those boots were they didn't really look as great, as stylish for me. They just looked more of like too utilitarian. The brown color was nice, especially with those nice contrasty laces. However, they weren't that warm. They were waterproof, but I just found that they didn't work for me. There wasn't a lot of arch support. There wasn't a lot of cushioning. So if I was walking around for a long time, or if I was out and it was really cold, my feet would get cold. But at the same time, because the bottom was rubber, the boot would just not breathe at all. I was constantly stuck between my feet being too cold outside because of no insulation, but then my feet being way too hot and too sweaty inside. It was just a whole bunch of weird things. I ended up not liking the style after a while, and I just thought that they didn't really fit me. So the boot that I actually use now for all my rain, snow, cold weather stuff is just the EchoTrack Gore-Tex. Like I was mentioning before about these boots, the leather you do have to take care of a little bit more. The leather's going to actually just end up cracking. It's definitely not going to be good. However, the soles do last a long time, a lot more comfortable, warmer, and more breathable. Not quite as high, but they work for me. So the LL Bean boots, they're actually over at my mom's house. I don't think I'll ever wear them again. Maybe if I need another pair, I'll just get another pair of EchoTrack Gore-Tex boots or a higher pair of comfortable boots. So I'm at the point in my life where I don't want to sacrifice my comfort or the health of my feet, neck, back, or really anything just because I'm wearing something iconic such as a work boot like the Iron Ranger or an iconic duck boot that's been around for 100 years. If it works for you, that's great. I'm at the point where I just can't continue to sacrifice the health of my feet or the health of my body just to look good. And there are other options out there which are more comfortable. If I had to start my boot wardrobe all over again, this is what I would do. First thing I would do is I would pick up a pair of the EchoTrack Gore-Tex in this brown. They also make them in black. This is going to have you covered if it's raining, if you're hiking. This is like a do-it-all boot, but it doesn't look that bulky when all is said and done. Super comfortable, very breathable, warm, nice and cool. You can wear this from a 0 degree Fahrenheit day all the way up to a 50 or 60 degree Fahrenheit day. So this would be my first pick. Second pick, I would pick up a pair of Clark's Desert boots in the beeswax leather. And these would be my nice comfortable boots just for a night out in the town if I want something a bit slimmer. I want to dress up a pair of jeans or even a pair of khakis. And plus, at under $200, these boots are going to be really good as well. Nice soft outsole. There is no arch support, but for the most part, People on the internet seem to like these boots. I think they're a good value as well. And then if I had the budget for it and it was around October when Allen Edmonds had a sale, I would pick up the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill. It depends. It's up to you if you want to get the waterproof version or the Chrome XL version. Moving forward, I'd probably just get the Chrome XL version just because there is a nicer patina. It just looks cooler. It patinas better, and I think it's more stylish. And this is something that you can dress up and you can dress down. You can wear this with a casual winter suit all the way down to t-shirt and jeans or t-shirt and khakis. And if you still had the budget, or if I still had the budget, I would definitely pick up a pair of Allen Edmonds Dalton boots with the day-night sole. I don't know if I would get the walnut color or if I would get the dark chili color. Just thinking about it as I'm talking about it, I'd probably get the walnut color and just try to polish it so that's like a nice dark walnut color. And I would definitely get that day-night rubber outsole. That way I'm covered for dress boots. So, thanks for stopping by. That's my boot collection at the end of the winter 2023 going into spring. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.